Fourth in the indoor NCs last year in 3,000 metres, and I qualified for the outdoors, but I couldn't finish because of injury.
You're with Manhattan College, is it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm concentrating mainly on cross country this year for the first time, and I'm just going to use this as a bit of a blowout. Really, it really is hard 2 miles, and I just use it as a kind of speed work.
Something similar to Enda, really. I always run the race. It's part of the build up for the cross country. I'm second in the race 3 times and won it once, so I mean, who knows? Anybody's race, really.
8:52, I think, is the record.
Yeah, Ian McCockle said that I think he's 8:50 actually. It's a fairly tough time to try and beat, I think, in the absence of someone like Ian McCockle in the field.
So a field of 200 runners get underway in this Oman Cup event that has been traditionally held on New Year's Day in the Phoenix Park. Long established, one of the best established road races in the country, and it's over 2 miles, 234 yards, as is the women's race. So early stages, they push it out. The tall figure of Enda Fitzpatrick just sitting back there in the center of the picture, and on the left we have Sean McGuirk of Clonliffe. He's the front runner at the moment. Seamus Lee there in the foreground. And up at the front, it's Martin Redmond with Eamon Tierney on his shoulder. Martin Redmond of Dublin City Harriers on scholarship at Manhattan College. He's done 13:35 for a 5,000. Sean McGuirk, the 21-year-old Clonliffe runner, also on scholarship at Iona. So these two men, home on scholarship from the United States, are pushing out the pace. But it's Seamus Lee who's coming very strongly now in the chasing group. He's followed there by Enda Fitzpatrick. Beautiful conditions for this race. And Enda Fitzpatrick will be aiming for a place on the Irish team in the World Championships. They're coming now past the Eagle Monument. Seamus Lee still pushing out the pace. A protege in the early years of Noel Carroll. And he's catching up on the two leaders, Martin Redmond and Sean McGuirk. Seamus Lee, who was an 800 metres runner, started, as I said, with Noel Carroll in civil service, now running for Team Puma, and right up with the leaders now. He's had a very low profile for some years, but he's coming through strongly. Maybe this is his year. The 31-year-old Seamus Lee up and past the leaders now. It's Lee, McGuirk and Redmond. And Seamus Lee still powering ahead, showing that 800 metres class of his. He ran under 150 for an 800 metres some years ago. Formerly from Dundrum. Enda Fitzpatrick there still chasing. But up front, it is Seamus Lee who's coming in to take it. The Seco timer says 9:07. Eamon Coughlin's record is not threatened. But Seamus Lee takes the Tipperary Spring Water Race, and his time 9:15, followed by Martin Redmond, Dublin City Harriers in 9:17, and Sean McGuirk, the Clonliffe man, third, with John O'Toole just scrambling in there.
I arrived here a little bit late, so I was a bit under pressure. I ended up getting a lift up from the lead car. I thought the race would start at 3, started at 2:45, so I wasn't really warmed up, but I did a bit of stretching up there, a few strides, and just started off very comfortably about the first 10 or 12 and moved through then. I tried 5,000 last year and had moderate success. Well, 14:30 isn't great, but I'd hope to take maybe 45 seconds off that this coming track season. But it'd be nice to get an indoor run as well, but that costs a few bob, which I haven't got. I started running with Noel back in '78 when I was an ex-smoker. I'd given up smoking 2 or 3 months, and I started running with Noel. We started doing 400s, 800s down in College Park, and it blossomed from there. We've kept up a good friendship since then, good working relationship we have. I'm in Dublin Corporation as well, so winning the Oman Cup for me is probably, well, it's probably the best I've done. I had an international singlet back in '79, which at the time I thought was, well, this is the start, but I haven't had another one since then, so that was over 800 metres. So I've moved up a little bit now, up to 5,000. But I'm feeling good, getting older and feeling good.
Congrats to Seamus Lee. Well, Ireland's athletic stock is so high in the United States that coach Ted Wheeler came all the way from Iowa to scout talent.
I always enjoyed Dublin, and I've had a lot of great times running against the Olympic champion who I competed against years ago, Ronald Delaney, and I've always had an interest in having an Irishman run for our university. So I came here because I wanted to meet some of the coaches and see our Martin Redmond run, who runs for Manhattan, and just get a feel for the people and see if I could attract a young person to come back and run for our university in Iowa.
What type of runner are you looking for?
We want a runner basically who wants to be a person. Okay, and my feeling is that you run very temporarily, and we want someone who can run distance, who has an interest in getting a good education and coming back to Ireland and making a contribution to his community. The success in athletics, in my opinion, is what you do afterwards with your life, your family, your community, as Ron Delaney has done for Dublin and Ireland.